What's up, guys? Zanderson 977 here today to do Bleach chapter 587 review. And this chapter of Bleach is pretty simple, pretty straightforward for the most part. The two major events or three major events that we've seen in this chapter. So far, I'll just go through them one by one. The first event is Ishida and Juha back on their way going up to the Royal Palace. And apparently on their way going up to the Royal Palace, there's this huge shockwave that happens and comes down upon everybody. And because Chad and Orihime are now in the vicinity, she used her Shankensen, her shield technique, to shield Ichigo from that shockwave. After the shockwave has come and gone, they're there talking. Chad kind of giving Ichigo a motivational speech of sorts. You know, I think Ichigo know that Ishida must have had his reasons, and he's not going to just switch sides just because Ichigo is yelling at him right now. He has his reasons why he's with them. So Ichigo is okay, fine. He's going to talk with Ishida when he eventually meets up with him, beat his ass, and carry him back with him. So that's Ichigo's plan. And then out of the blue, we see Urahara-san. We haven't seen him for a while. He shows up and says, anybody needing tickets to go up to the Royal Palace? So apparently now he's going to find a means, a way to bring them up to the Royal Palace. I mean, Urahara-san can just about do anything, right? It's stated by Juha back that the Soul Kings, right? The key to the Royal Palace is made from the bones and hair of the Royal Guard members. That's the key. But somehow Urahara-san knows of another alternative to go up, or maybe he's going to use the same window of opportunity that Yuha has used because of Ichigo's descent into the Serete. It kind of left a hole into the 72 barriers, and that opening or hole will be available for the next 1 hour 40 minutes. I said in my other review when I calculated the time. So somewhere over an hour. So I'm guessing that most likely would be the reason of him telling them that they will now go back to the Spirit Palace. So Ichigo is now, and he says that he hints that the method that he's going to use, it should be ready within the next hour, within the next 1 to 60 minutes. So Ichigo is going to go, but you know, you'll be thinking, if by the time he gets up there, will it be in time to really stop Yuha from doing anything, or you know, prevent anything from happening? But you know, that's that scene. Then it switches over to Basbi and Renji and Rukia, and you know, from the initial shockwaves, Renji uses this kind of Bankai looking form. I'm not sure if it's Bankai, but he uses the ape arm that is available in his Bankai. He uses that to shield one of the boulders from falling over him and Rukia. And upon him using that, Basbi comes over and you know, and kind of taunts them for a bit. Then Renji eventually calls him a rooster. Basbi gets pissed and decides to do Burner Finger 4. And upon him doing Burner Finger 4, we get to see this kind of flame looking saber in you know, over the shape of his hand, which I have to admit is pretty cool. And he used it right away, and upon using it, we see this huge explosion, this huge shockwave that comes out from that blast. So Basbi will now apparently take on Rukia and Renji. So that will be their fight. The other members, they have stated also, were split up. So there will be other fights as well eventually out there that will eventually get around to, I hope, and that we eventually see through and through. But it's going to be Basbi against Rukia and Renji for the time being, at least. And Basbi is really in his full standing form. There doesn't seem to be a lot of flair to his full standing form, his Quincy whole form. At least, you know, it just seemed like a couple of, you know, here they all Quincy Star Night members, when they go into their whole form, they always have this kind of halo looking thing over their head in the shape of a Quincy cross, something like that. He has that, and just two little kind of light beams coming out from the side where wings are supposed to be. But that's it. And then it switches over to the final scene, the scene of where Juha Bach enters the royal palace, and upon him going up there, we see the structure of the Soul Palace as though we normally know it to be, with these huge pillars of of what seems to be concrete that's floating in the air, this huge city looking like area. But upon Juha Bach going up there, we see immediately everything begin to crumble. Everything begin to crumble, and him, Ishida, and Hashwald step down into this area where they seem to be going straight up to the Spirit King. But my guess is this: where are the Royal Guard members? Shouldn't the Royal Guard members be stopping them from advancing that far to get after the Spirit King? We'll probably get to see the Royal Guard members next chapter of Bleach, and we see how those fights eventually turn out. But currently there's only 3 of them, so I'm not sure how they plan to handle all of the members of Royal Guard members plus the Soul King after that at the same time. But really see what happens. But overall, I like the turn of events. Juha Bach is not wasting any time. He's going straight up to the top. He's going straight up to the source of the Shinigami powers, the source of balance in the Bleach world, and he wants to disrupt that balance. He wants to change things. So I like it very much, and I think it was a great chapter of Bleach this week. I liked it very much. So that's it. That's my review. Remember to rate, comment, subscribe.